Welcome to Universal Salvation Heresy.com. Today we're going to talk about conflict and disputes and where those things come from, and most importantly, what we can do about them so we can lead a life of peace and joy. A life as content as my little friend Zoe here leads. So today we'll turn to the Epistle of St. James, which is in the New Testament. So if you want to get your Bible and turn to James chapter 4, we'll begin. I want to focus our attention this morning as we consider internal conflict and disputes with other people, why they exist, the damage they do, and what we can do about them, on the basis of this simple text from St. James. It's in the 4th chapter, verses 1 to 2. It says, "Those conflicts and disputes among you, where do they come from? Do they not come from your cravings that are at war within you? You covet something and you can't obtain it, so you engage in disputes and conflict." The first thing I want you to note about a life lived uneasy, anxious, worried, conflicted, is that the source of that conflict, notice, is within. Here, James talks about in terms of our desires. We want something and can't get it. It causes conflict. So we're very surprised to learn that conflicts and disputes don't originate in deeds, in something done to you. That's not the source of conflict and continued dispute, but it's rather in our response to them. It takes two to tango, which simply means that without our cooperation, conflicts and disputes will die. They need your energy, they need your input in order to continue to live. And if you don't give it to them, they'll die. So the theme of my message to you today is don't live a different life. Just live the life you have differently. A life that's fully available to you today. Well, the question is then, how differently? Well, as differently as you agreeing to this simple principle of response, that no matter what comes at you, the way you're going to deal with it is to focus on your response rather than your individual rights. What will I do when I've been wronged? St. James says, look inside. Use your spirit to form your response, because it's your attitude that determines the outcome. So let's do a simple personal inventory this morning. How many of you are currently, right now, at war with yourself over something that happened yesterday? Or maybe it was a day before. Or God forbid, maybe a year or more ago. Are you determined to right that wrong? Is that what you have in mind? You have to right that wrong? If you are determined to do that, then what is occupying your spirit this morning is conflict and dispute and continued pain. because you haven't as yet found a way to right that wrong. The more important question is it worth it? Is the pain and the conflict and the continued dispute that you have because of unresolved conflict, unresolved whatever happened, is it worth today? You have to decide. Is conflict from the past worth sacrificing your future? Because that is the price that continued conflict demands. Uh-oh. You were hoping that calmness and the ability to deal with bad things that happen to good people might come in a pill, or a drink, or a drug, or how about a vacation? Nope. Sorry, those things don't work. But you already know that because you've tried them. Rather, calmness and the ability to deal with the bad things that have happened to you come from within you, from a source that is greater than you. We call that source our Creator. Our Creator has given us each a life to live. A life that manifests in different abilities and different ways of contributing those abilities to the common good, which makes us happy. But too many of us are trying to lead a life that isn't ours. We want to be like Mike or somebody else. That is a life that we were never intended to lead because our Creator didn't give it to us. A life we cannot lead, no matter how hard we try. And if we do try, then we're going to be ever conflicted. So we have this internal struggle between what we want to do and what we are doing. I want to turn that around this morning and say this: what you want to do is what you have to do. Because what you want to do is how you find your intended life, the preferred future of our Creator, that our Creator intends for you. Now, we call that intended future your vocation. Not your job, not your responsibilities, not your duties, but your vocation. In our vocation, we find our purpose and significance in life as we contribute to the common good. And as sure as we are alive, as long as we are alive, we have a vocation. The past has nothing to say about that. Unless, of course, you let it.